I guess one more video, just one more video before Super Bowl with all this craziness happening with the Depoy Award and Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons means absolutely nothing. Micah Parsons said his talk, didn't even like that TJ Watt would be top 5, called him out. Absolutely stupid. So that bloke has made his bed. However, now I'm talking about the Browns fans. The Browns fans, you're congratulating Myles Garrett, doing what you need to do. Fine. It's your guy, it's your player. I guess that's the right thing to do. However, you guys are doing it around the wrong way because you're going back to this stat or this advanced metric that is talking about pass, rush, win rate. And you're falling back on that. When you go back to our stats, that TJ Watt had more better impact, tackles, solo tackles, sacks, pressures, QB hits, things that matter, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, interceptions, deflections, TDs, right? All those stats that actually matter in a game. You go, oh, that doesn't nothing matters like that. You guys go back to that. You want to say, well, it's a pass, rush, win rate. However, when you bring this up, and it's all via PFF might have given you guys, or Myles Garrett, the Depoy of the year. PFF says here that defensive grade 93.6 to 91.9. If you want to own that, what's that? 2 points difference. Pass rush grade is 94.8 to 91.7. These sound like radio stations, by the way. And here's the big one. Pass rush win percentage, 27.5%. The TJ Watt's 16.9. Is that what you're falling on? Is all Browns fans falling on that? Not sacks, not actual tackles or plays, or tackles for a loss, or pass deflections, or going back in coverage, or being an elite player like TJ Watt. Are you falling back on that? Being 86 pressures the same, run stop the exact same, total wins 82 versus 75. What's that? A 7 difference. Double team. I've heard tons and tons about double team, and you guys are falling on that. 29% double team against 14, and also 30% pass rush win rate against 25, right? Some of these numbers are only 8, 15, something different, right? Not like a huge difference compared to the other stats with TJ Watt getting 68 to 42, 48 to 33, more sacks, more pressures, and more hits, more tackles for a loss, fumble recoveries, forced fumbles the same, 1 interception, and 8 pass deflections. The stats are better. The stats are in TJ's side. He's a much better athlete than Myles Garrett. I'm not saying that Myles Garrett is a bad player. He's a pretty good DE in this league for sure. But PFF handed him the victory. Dead set. Everybody wants to fall back onto pass, rush, win rate. Does it matter? Does it overly matter? When you get past your defender, are you sacking the quarterback? No. So I've got a bit of a message for you guys. Do you guys remember this? Where was Myles Garrett with the Texans winning 45 to 14? The Cleveland Browns were meant to have the best defense in the league. Number 1, I think, in overall defense, and number 1 in, I think, in passing defense. And where is it? Where were you in the playoffs? We know it was going to be a very hard game for the Steelers to go and beat the Bills. Where were you guys? Meant to go and shock the world, and the Texans laid up 45 points to 14. Jacko Flacco couldn't do anything. Nothing at all. So when TJ Watt says this, yes, we're pissed. We're pissed that TJ Watt has now been robbed 3 times at least for Depoy. And I go back to this game and I'm like, well, you guys had the number 1 defense. Where was it? 45 points. 45 points from the Texans was an absolute blowout. And it's funny too, because the Browns, they've done absolutely nothing. In the last, I think, like 30 years, since like 1989 or 1986, they've only won 1 playoff game. And that is versus the Steelers. Yes, it was a crazy day. The snap over the head. Browns versus Steelers. Baker Mayfield played a great game. We got shellacked. You guys can have that. But you've only won 1 in like 30 years. So I laugh at this kind of stuff when I see 45-14. And I go back to the other stats. And I go back to Cleveland Browns playoff history, which is the Browns in 75 seasons, 1946 to 2023. They've had a playoff record of 17-22. 0 Super Bowls and 8 championships won. Okay. But the last championship they had was back in, where is it? 1964. That's the last one you've had. 1964. So you know what? If you want to feel high and mighty about this, that Myles Garrett's your guy, your franchise has done absolutely nothing. And there's all right for Steelers fans to be pissed off because we know how good of a player that TJ Watt is, and he was robbed because PWF, gave you guys the benefit of the doubt and said, "Oh, you have a chance to win a pass rush. You almost got to the quarterback. You were this close. You were so close. You got to him. Here's your reward." So it makes no sense to me. Anyways, that's the final one. I won't bring it up. I'm done with it. TJ should have won. Myles Garrett, enjoy your reward. I highly doubt the Browns will do anything in the next 5 years. You guys got to sort out the Watson contract. You guys got to move out of your own way. Coach Stefanski's getting Coach of the Year 2 years in the last 4 years or whatever. But why wouldn't D'Amico Ryans get that? The Texans beat you in the playoffs. And I do understand that they do it before the playoffs. But at the same time, where's your coach then? Getting 45 points to 14. A massive blowout. Texans absolutely tore you guys up. So maybe, you know what? Enjoy the award. Because that's your Super Bowl, right? You had the same Super Bowl when it was Browns versus Steelers. That's your Super Bowl. And speaking of Super Bowl tomorrow, I've got the Chiefs winning. I think Chiefs winning. And Kelsey, I think, wins MVP. And also, possibly, that Kelsey might propose to Taylor Swift. I'll see you later. An absolute joke, man. 45-14. These stats are a joke. The only real stats that TJ should have been the outright victor, which was these stats right here. More tackles, more solo tackles, pressures, QB hits, sacks, everything. Absolutely everything. 1 touchdown. And Myles Garrett, he went missing for the last 7 games. He had like 1 sack. So like, here, bro, you've been in the league a few years. Here's your chance to win one, backed up by PWF. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the Super Bowl watch party. Catch you later.